Hello, everybody. This is Simon Pegg and Nick Frost coming at you live from Edfest 2002 with our little Guardian guides tucked under our arms. We're going to be here all week long. I'm sat here ready to go. Nick, you're a bit nervous, aren't you, Nick? Oh. Come on, buddy. Get it out. That's it. Come on. Come sit down. Pop your clothes back on. What have we got coming up on today's show?
You know what? I feel a lot better.
Do you? You look better.
Thanks, buddy. Sorry.
We got
Ross Noble.
Lovely
coming
fella.
on.
Good guy.
We got Omid Jalali.
Yeah.
Saint to be praised.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we got Scott Capurro. Lovely gay fella.
He's a lovely fella, isn't he?
Yeah.
We got lots of music as well. We got music coming up from Chemical Brothers, Sugar Babes, Fun Loving Criminals, Red Hot Chili Peppers, loads of stuff. Really, it's packed. Yeah. We got a great competition, though, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's really good.
Shall I tell them?
Tell them all about it.
It's called Al-Qaeda. No.
It's basically a true-false thing. Later on, we'll be getting you to ring in, and we'll be asking you some questions about Scotland. They're basically Scot facts.
You could also have Al-Qaeda. Yes.
Yes, you could do that as well. We'll be asking you to say if it's Och-I or Och-Not. Facts about Scotland, which will be read to you, and you will have to tell us if it's true or not. Yeah. You'll be playing for what? Some CDs? Some CDs? CDs as
tickets?
Well.
Some tickets.
You know that voice you can hear? That's Karl.
It's not God.
It's not God as we thought it was when we walked in and looked at him. It's actually Karl. How are you today, Karl?
I'm alright.
How can people talk to if they want to ring us and stuff? What do they do?
It's the usual number. What's the number, Nick? 0800 700 1234 1234.
Whoa, the Germanicness.
German.
And you can also email us on simonandnick@xfm.co.uk. Simon and Nick being one word. Samuel L. Jackson, I'm having a massive fight with that guy at the moment about actors muscling in on DJ.
He thinks you ain't fresh. That chump talking out of the back of his neck.
You're damn right, buddy. Listen, guys, get your tissues out.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, she's caught me strangling a fox. Nick, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions.
Go on.
Do you live in London?
Yeah.
Do you like pubs?
Yeah.
Do you like beer?
Yeah.
Do you like Coldplay?
Yeah.
Would you like to be able to hear Coldplay's brand new album, Rush of Blood to the Head, 6 or 7 days before it's actually released into the real world?
No.
Yes. You're supposed to. Right. Well, you can. Because if you go to the Shepherd's Pub, which is on Archway Road, right by Highgate Tube Station, you will find that very album already on the jukebox. You can, for £2.25 or £2.50, you can play the whole damn thing out.
But don't just go in to play that, because John and Bernie will get very angry.
John and Bernie are the landlord and lady.
They got a smashing menu, lasagna and chips for about £3.
That's delicious.
You can have. What do you have? You like spinach steak, didn't you?
Well, there's a thing now we call it. There's called it a Matt Special, which is named after our friend Matt, which is basically a salad with some ham and mayonnaise and egg,
and also pilau rice.
Oh, a bit of pilau. You never go wrong with a bit of pilau. I don't know. I went slightly Birmingham then. Maybe because pilau rice was actually invented in Birmingham. That's a fact.
I'm sick of us both talking. Why don't we play a bit of music?
I like music. Why don't we play your favourite song, which is a song a little bit about you?
Yeah, Mint Royale, Sexiest Man in Jamaica, Karl.
Now, you might think that was a beautifully smooth XFM triple tracker, but in actual fact, we had some drama in the studio because we lost our link momentarily then, didn't we, Nick?
Yeah.
It was a bit terrifying. It all seemed like it was going to go wrong, but Karl, your little hero, why don't you talk to me at the moment? Whoa. You are angry, man.
Fella's mad, real mad.
What's up with you?
It's like Christmas when you wanted a ZX81, but you got a Commodore.
I've been there, buddy.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Commodore, Schmommodore.
No tape player, so you couldn't load nothing.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Do you really feel like that? Is that exactly how you're feeling right now?
Yeah.
I had the same thing. It was a VIC-20. Now listen, so everything's fine now. We're all cool. And you never guess what? You never guess who's here. It's only Ross Noble.
Hello.
Ross Noble.
Hello there.
Hello, mate.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well indeed, thanks.
You're our guest on the show.
It's nice to be a guest on the show in your world of tartan.
It's lovely. We've got a rug on the table.
I've never seen anything like it.
It's lovely. It's just to make us feel.
Very drab tartan.
It is. It's a sort of brownish tartan.
It's to remind us where we are.
Did you bring this with you from London?
I hand-stitched it just a minute ago, this afternoon. Yeah, I've got a crochet needle. I just put it together for
nice.
my
Your own
sanity.
loom.
I have a loom, sure.
An XFM loom.
Yeah, we are. This is XFM, by the way. 104.9, live from the Edinburgh Festival.
We are on, but that's...
We are live from the Edinburgh Festival.
Just took a bit of thank God for that.
Nobody in Scotland can hear us unless you've got the internet or Sky Digital Channel.
You're just outside, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Listening in.
Obviously.
They've come to look through at the tartan, but they've got a show as well.
There are a lot of people
They've got their own tartan. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Just to view the tartan. Carl, what channel is it on, Sky?
864.
864 if you want to. Well, how can you hear me? Well, what I'm talking about. Ross, how long have you been up here now?
I've been up for the full month.
And how many Edinburghs have you done now?
6.
First time I ever saw, I think it was the first time I met you. You were wearing, we were both wearing masks made out of bread.
That's right.
Outside a pub that opens at 5 o'clock.
The penny black, the wheat-based face clothes.
The wheat-based face clothes.
That's what they were known as.
You haven't still got them.
Mine's gone a bit green now.
No, I've had mine. I've donated mine to the Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh,
yeah. It's actually,
they've got Charlton Heston's.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, his bread shoes.
You've come ever such a long way since then, haven't you, mate?
Yeah, I have. I've come funnily enough, about 1,000 metres.
No way.
That's Penny Black's just round the
right
corner.
here now. Your hair's grown.
Yeah, it has grown. And I now am I have the key to every bakery in Edinburgh.
Well, you were given that as a mark of respect.
Yeah.
Once your hair reaches a certain length, they give you that key.
Yeah.
Do you think now, even now that you're kind of like you're established and you've got a really big following and your show sold out for the whole festival, is that a lot nicer than when you're just you're at it like a soldier?
Yeah, much better.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like having your own big general's map. With all
Do you
them
push
little,
audience people around with a scoop?
Yeah, with a scoop.
I was the first thing that came
Is it
into
more
my
of
head.
a scoop?
It's a scoop or a pusher?
It's more of a pusher, yeah.
It's a pusher.
I bet you there's a proper name for them.
If you know what it is, ring in 0800 700.
A repositioner,
A
probably.
reposition. If you email us and tell us what they think, it's what croupiers use as well, isn't it? Push counters across the table.
The people that do naval battles, they have a scoop because they have actual water in the tank, and they have to scoop the.
Or push. There must be some kind of thing to push the small model boats across.
Yeah.
This is going nowhere.
It's not.
This
really,
is going nowhere.
You know? So that's how I feel. I feel like one of those fellas with a map, as opposed to in the trenches.
Yeah.
You know.
And when did it break? When was it like? Because obviously from here to there, that's quite a progression. But was there one year when it just suddenly went click and everyone went, "Oh, Ross Noble, he's real."
It went like 10 people, 20 people, 40 people, and then so on and so forth.
Over 6 years.
Yes.
You've got 10 other people a year.
Yeah.
So 10 years from now, if it keeps going as is,
120.
you could be the leader of the world.
Yeah, essentially.
8
No, that'd be
billion
about 800 years from now to make that.
You think? No,
Yeah.
not if it keeps doubling.
As soon as, if I was to go into some sort of cryogenic stasis, I would be fine.
Would you be prepared to do that?
Yeah. Oh, but hang on, I wouldn't be doing the gigs. And therefore,
The whole thing cancels itself out.
there's a flaw in me plan.
We want you to be the first person to play a little game that we enjoy.
Oh, yes.
Called Desert Island Sandwiches.
All right,
If
okay.
you were stuck on a desert island, I don't know
Right.
which one, what would your favourite sandwich be? Number one, what's your desert island sandwich?
Top sandwich would have to be the tuna remanias.
That's
No,
a
no,
very-
what am I talking about? I'm a fool.
You've made a foolish error.
Oh, I'm such an idiot. Prawns Mary roast.
Oh,
Yeah.
explain that. What kind of bread?
Well, any bread. That's the benefit of having the key to every bakery in Edinburgh.
So you can put that on rye, you can put that on soda.
Yeah.
Are you telling me it's that
Soda
versatile? Yeah.
That's too heavy for prawns, isn't it?
Well, it's not any bread then.
You know,
a
that's
little
like
bit, isn't it?
that's like having angel delight in a baked potato. You know, it's just too. It's heavy and it's light and.
But can't you see the collision of such textures could lead to a gastronomic explosion in your face?
Yeah, I could say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, prawns Mary roast.
So what's
on
Mary
a-
Rose then?
Well, it's the Mary roast
a cocktail
sauce, isn't it? Yeah.
Did they make it on the net? Did they discover it when they pulled that ship out of the
That's
water?
where it came from. Yeah. It was featured on Blue Peter. They actually, when they had the camera that went down there.
Remember when the ropes broke and they pulling it out?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
That was tense, wasn't
You
it?
could actually hear Yvette Fielding laughing.
But she was evil, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
She killed that cat.
And she was nude.
Hey! Can't say news before 7.
Or
Sorry.
fielding.
Now listen, your show is
Yes.
is kind of freeform.
Yes.
You do fall back on stuff, obviously,
Yeah.
in case you go down an avenue that isn't
Metaphorically speaking.
Yes.
Yes.
You do fall back on stuff, obviously,
Yeah.
in case you go down an avenue that isn't
Metaphorically
working.
speaking.
Yes.
Schmatting.
Is that scary? Is that like skydiving in New Zealand?
Yeah, or a similar Antipodean area.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just, do you know what it is? I'm not very good at remembering stuff. So I just kind of go on and start talking about things, and then a lot of just stuff happens. And then, people shout.
But is it like you're actually by the seat of your pants and it's like, what's going to come out of my mouth next? What
Yeah.
if you just said...
Sometimes things come out of my mouth, and then there's this horrible moment of realization that I said it out loud, and people are going,
Yeah, and you want a little mind
get
hand
that.
to come out
Yeah,
of your gob
yeah,
and grab it back.
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
Yeah, you say it all the time.
Yeah.
In social situations.
I'm nodding my head.
For those of you that can't see Nick now, he's nodding his head. So, any funny stories this festival?
You really are the most professional broadcaster ever, aren't you?
I'm relying on you. You're a very funny man. You come in on time to put my feet up for half an hour.
Any funny stories? Is there anything amusing? That you know what that was, right? That was that thing that Les Dennis does, right? When he goes,
Mate, if you're comparing me to Dennis, I'm happy.
No, essentially the fact that like he goes, let me the Wilson family now from Leeds, and hey, John, something funny happened to you, didn't it? On your honeymoon.
Yeah, but then they say something like, "Oh, yeah, but my wife was given a different room to me."
This is their moment of truth. That's
They
can say anything they want.
Yeah.
And she came up to the room and opened the door, and there was a man in there, and it wasn't me. And that's their funny story of their whole life.
And then Dennis has to go.
I hate you.
Yeah.
Let's have a song and we'll come back and talk some more.
Let's do that, man. The Sugar Babes, Freak Like Me.
And she was put in a different room to me.
Really?
You see?
What?
Sorry, I was just finishing me hilarious.
I wish you could tell that on air.
Yeah.
I don't think they're as good since the Fit One left, Sugar Babes. Anyone?
That's your opinion, and in some respects you're right.
Thanks, buddy.
I was quite surprised. We were chatting beforehand. You don't remember Our Friends Electric, do you, Ross?
No, I don't.
Because you were one when that came
Yeah,
out.
I was.
So that made me feel really sort of old.
Yeah,
How old are you, Ross?
I'm 26 years old.
That's not
That's fantastic. Considering what you've achieved, Ross, that's brilliant.
Thanks. Are you about to present me with a big check?
Johnny, can you bring it in?
You've done ever so well.
Listen, Ross, you've done brilliantly.
I've thought of a funny thing that's happened to me.
Go on,
In
say.
Edinburgh, right? Such a beautiful thing happened to me in a taxi. I was driving along, this little old man, beautiful little old Scottish man, turned round to me and he went, "I'll tell you what, son." And he sort of nodded like that. And I thought, oh, this is going to be beautiful. He's going to tell me about like an antique shop or like a place where his mother used to have him on his knee and like let him play with bobbins or something, like a beautiful little, "I'll tell you what, son." Sort of leant forward and he went, "There's a lovely big pair of tits." That was brilliant.
Was he looking at you?
He was. He just nodded at some woman. Like, that's what he just drives people around, whether it's men or women. It's not a sexist thing. Just him going, "There's the castle over there, and there's a lovely big pair of tits."
Man or woman?
It's about the simple things when you get
Yeah,
older,
it really, it was
anatomy, getting to the toilet on time.
It was such a beautiful Edinburgh experience,
That's not,
And he was right in many ways.
Can you confirm?
Yeah.
Confirm? Can you confirm? No conferring.
At this point, can you confirm that?
Have you seen anyone? Sorry, I thought you were going to say something. No, we really balls that up then.
Nah.
It's our first day. We can do what we like.
You conferred.
We did confer.
You were talking about conferring, and you conferred, and then
The whole thing ground to a crunching halt.
I think you created some sort of negative energy field.
Listen, buddy, I've been out of the way for a while. I've not been doing stand-up for a bit, and quite frankly,
out of the way.
I'm a bit out of touch. Who's
Right.
good?
I'll tell you who's.
So tell us, who's good?
Who's good, mate?
It's just me. There's
Yeah,
no
I know
room
you're
for
ruining the
anyone
roost
else.
right now,
No, I'll tell you who's fantastic, right? The bloke that you should go and see.
Give it to me.
Count Arthur Strong.
That's not a real person.
Well, obviously not. It's a man doing a hilarious character.
Really?
But it is the funniest thing you'll see. Like, just, I honestly, there was tears rolling down my face. He's a sort of theatrical man that kind of does a talk about ancient Egypt, but he's got Tourette's. It's brilliant.
That's always funny.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, well, no, that wouldn't be. But no, he's just brilliant. He's on at the Gilded Balloon, and it's just an hour of, he says things like, his catchphrase is, he goes, "I've got a school of drama in Doncaster. It's just like the Rana. They're all telling me that." It's brilliant. And then he talks to you about,
Where's he come from then?
he's just a guy that's put this character together, and he's just this kind of, and he's got a hunch, and he's.
Does he do the circuit in London, or is he just?
He does gigs around the place, and he used to work with Terry Titter, who was a Liverpool-based
One of the greatest.
What a lovely pair of titters.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Sean.
So go and see him, and also there's another group called Flight of the Conchords from New Zealand, who are a folk group, and they do very good songs. They've got one about a racist dragon.
Well,
that's
a
good one. Yeah.
Now,
Lord of the
people
Rings.
that haven't been to the festival, and get yourself up here if you can, everybody listening in London, because there's still a couple of weeks left. There is a sort of Edinburgh tradition, which is late and live, which they did at what used to be the Gilded. Is it? They don't do it there now, do they?
No, they got rid of it. It's now a fun pub.
It was very much the actual old venue.
Yeah, they turn it into a fun pub.
It was a real bear pit for comedians, but apparently it's a bit nicer now. Have you done it this year?
I haven't done it this year, no, purely
You don't
because
need to,
purely because it's really nice, and that's no challenge, is it? You know.
You are so tough. You want the bear pit, don't you?
Yeah. I actually want bears
In a pit.
Yeah, I just want to be thrown in there and have to survive and do an hour. Hey, where you from? Thomas Peru.
Nice ball.
That'd be Paddington. He wouldn't be too mean. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I
He'd
reckon
be kicking the others up with his wellies.
Get away from him. He's nice.
I reckon he could turn though.
Do you reckon?
I reckon if you took that, marmalade off Paddington,
Yeah.
you'd go,
Or he had a few.
You took his packer man
Yeah.
off. There's going to be a ruck.
But if he has a couple of if it's particularly whiskey, he just goes on about Peru and like that bloke next door who's always grumbling. he's horrible.
everything like that. Oh, I don't even like marmalade.
Let's just do it an affectation. I hate things under my hat.
Yeah, all the time they make me bloody eat marmalade all day long. I'm a bear. I eat raw meat. I'm gonna have that kid's arm off.
Ross, that's a fantastic denouement to a wonderful interview.
Oh, thank you very
You've got to
much.
go off and do something else.
Yeah,
haven't you?
but I'm going to be in
You're on
London,
the
so
hop.
don't come to Edinburgh.
Yes. Now
Don't
listen,
bother coming
what are you
to
up to in
Edinburgh.
London?
I'm doing some fancy shows in London's fashionable West End.
What theatre?
I'm doing them at the Vaudeville Theatre on
Get
the
this.
Strand.
Get this down in your diary. Get a pen
Yeah,
out.
it's the Vaudeville. It starts on the 9th of September.
Right.
Yeah, and it's the one next to Chicago.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
There's a huge big sign that says Chicago and a picture of a woman, legs kimbo, with a hat on.
And
then
the same thing on yours.
And then, yeah, exactly the same, with me looking good. I'll tell you what.
Brilliant. Thanks, Ross. Here's some adverts.
Ross.
See ya.
Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, live from the Edinburgh Festival. With the Guide, free every Saturday in The Guardian. XFM.
Just going to tune up.
Taping that for the radio.
Is it the red lights on?
XFM.
100 Reasons there in Falter. That's released on the 9th of September. If you want to see them live, they're playing Reading on the 25th and Leeds on the 23rd. And they're on tour in November. Are you feeling better, Carl?
I'm a bit better now, yeah.
Because you were really...
It's coming together.
It was all sails to the wind for a bit there, wasn't
I
it?
was just angry, and I can't hold it back.
No.
It was like...
And neither should you.
You know on a U-boat when water starts coming in films and there's lots of guys in polo necks shouting Achtung at each other? It reminded me of that.
I haven't seen that film, but...
Haven't you? Achtung, my polo neck's wet.
No, I don't know.
It's a great movie. Listen, we're going to play a competition in a minute.
What we're going to do, we're going to pretend we're starting now.
Okay.
Right? We're just
Yeah, sure.
All right.
we're just starting.
This is the big one
This is the
starting.
beginning, yeah.
This is XFM, London's 104.9.
Yeah, this is Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, live from the Edinburgh Festival, live from the Linklater Suite at the Scotsman Hotel.
And what a suite.
And what a suite it is. It's large, it's roomy. Nick, run around the suite and shout a bit. Shall we get up and run around? Run out. Say, where are you now? Go in the corner. Come back. Remember. Shout. Go to the sandwiches. Chuck one on the floor. Yeah, rock and roll. No, don't spill the mayo. Oh, you idiot. Oh, there we go. There's
I did it, man. I did it.
He's evil. He's got one of them faces like, you know.
So,
So anyway,
competition.
Competition. Sorry, we're a bit nuts then.
Can't well, man.
Do you know what, everybody listening, that person listening, we just had a really mad time where everything went kind of wrong and Carl was running up and down and then Ross was in, we were trying to get, deal with Ross because he's such a horrible young man. Very rude. No, he's not. He's lovely. But we're going to go on and have our competition now. And what we're going to do, phone up if you want to participate. 2 people we need to play. Okay, no. Which is basically a true or false game concerning our generous hosts here, Scotland. We're going to ask you some Scot facts, such as in Scotland, all the wasps speak French. Is that true? Is that okay or not?
I would say that is okay, no.
That's correct. It is a no. It's a big no there. So if you're in, and what have we got to win? We got
I got CDs, and we got tickets to DJ Shadow doing an XFM gig, and we've got tickets to see Ben Queller doing an XFM gig.
We're going to also give
We're going
away.
to touch something, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to give away a limited edition box set of the first and second series of Spaced.
And you're going to get that signed?
We'll try and get that signed by the idiots that created that terrible show.
Great.
What? That's you. Oh, yes.
Which was double BAFTA nominated, but we didn't get the second one because of Ricky Gervais. But that's fine because it's a great show.
Let's give the numbers.
Let's give the numbers out. If you can phone in 0800 700 800
1234.
Thanks, Carl. Or email us. Oh, another computer's frozen, isn't it?
It's all happening.
And there's a dinosaur trying to get in the window as well. Do the noise. That's cool. What is that, a raptor?
No.
Well, okay. So what, Stegosaurus?
Yeah, probably
I
that.
thought it was. So give us a ring if you want to play, have a chat, do a thing, win us something. In the meantime, here is a pop music. That was Sum 41 and Into Deep. We're going to be playing our competition, which is called...
Okay. No.
Which is a Scottish-based competition coming up after the ad break.
You know what I heard?
What?
As a bit of trivia.
Go on, tell me.
Scottish trivia.
Out with it.
Scottish people, if they hear a dog barking, it means that someone close to them is going to die. So that could be like one of your questions.
Oh, yeah, now we can ask that. Is that true or false?
Unless
but
you
then
live near a kennel.
people,
Yeah.
obviously, but then that's why so many people die near kennels.
That's
here.
why there's so many massacres near Kent.
That's when superstition impacts on reality. Okay, now listen, do call up. We're going to have some ads, and then we're going to have some news, and then we're going to come back and we're going to have some games.
I can't wait. Nice, buddy.
Good evening. Sorry, there's a little bit of a problem there.
That was my fault.
That was Carl's fault.
This whole show has the kind of feeling like it's the fall of Saigon. It's the last days of the...
Nick,
What?
can you just keep it down?
Sorry.
Next door.
We got busted. Someone came in next door because I made Nick run around the room and smash a plate. And then a woman came in and went, "Can you keep it down, please? There's a conference next door."
next door.
Oh, no, she was nice.
No, she was nice, but do you know what they do next door?
What?
Pharmaceutical industry.
They're developing a drug to
Simon.
make people... Sorry. They're developing drugs in there to make people grow a second head. And I know this for sure because I peeked through and there was a guy and I read his lips and he said, "We have to make a second head." And you saw that as well?
Yeah, I
didn't you?
saw that.
We're going to do a competition called...
No.
We've got a couple of callers online. Our first caller, we're talking to Ben from Potter's Bar. Hello, Ben. What's your name?
Hi.
From?
Hello, Ben.
I'm Ben from Potter's
No
Bar.
way.
Oh, good.
How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm alright. Picking my girlfriend up, and I'm late.
What? You're beating your girlfriend up?
I'm picking my girlfriend up.
Oh.
You're kicking her up? Oh,
Well, not
I'm
literally.
sorry. I thought you'd been drinking lots of beer and were being violent, which would be wrong. And we'd be round there in a flash, buddy. I
Yeah.
don't care where you are.
If we weren't in Edinburgh.
Potter's Bar, any bar. Now,
Well- What's it like? What do you do, Ben?
Well, I'm going to uni soon, so Derby University.
what do you study?
I'm going to study musical engineering and
Musical
technology.
engineering.
Yeah, look, with live band.
Can you get up here and help us? Because we're in big trouble.
Hey,
We're in trouble, Dick, then. We need you bad, man.
We need some musical. Actually, I'm casting aspersions on Carl's brilliance, and he is brilliant. He's been wonderful today. I don't know if you know, we had a few problems because we're live from Edinburgh, and you know,
I did hear something like that.
Did you? Yeah.
Sorry about that.
But it's nothing to do
That's
with
right.
the Guardian Guide. who
Buddy?
have been lovely.
What is that you're reading?
What? That's the Guardian Guide,
Oh, it's nice.
which is looking after us while we're
Tells
up
you
here.
what's on in that.
Ben, hang on a sec. We're going to speak to George in Muswell Hill. Hi, George.
Hi.
Hello, mate.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm very good. And you?
You know, I'm not bad, George. I'm all right, buddy. How are you?
I'm great.
This could go on forever. How old are you, George? You sound really young.
I'm 14.
You're 14 years old?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be in bed?
Yeah, I got up. I was feeling a bit rebellious.
I
So,
was in bed all the time when I was 14 because I couldn't. Sorry. Now listen, we're going to play a game called
Oh, hi. No.
what we're going to do is we're going to say facts to both you and Ben, and you have to say whether it's och either yes or och either no. Do you understand, both of you?
yeah.
Oh,
No. Do you understand? You've got to say och either yes.
Okay, yes.
nice.
It was a stupid idea,
Lovely
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I told you that.
My girlfriend's going to kill me. All right, Nick, would you like to give Ben his facts?
All right, Ben from Potter's Bar. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here comes the fact. Scotland is home to the world's tallest greenhouse. Is that och either nee or och either yay?
Okay, the knee.
Och either nee, says Ben.
I'm sorry, Ben, but that's actually och either yay. As we hammer
Sorry, Ben.
the Scottish stereotype further into
Hang
our
on,
own
mate.
coffins.
That's alright.
George,
All right.
are you there? You ready for this one?
Yeah.
The Forth Rail Bridge takes 10 years to paint. What do you reckon?
Okay, yay.
That's actually och either nay. It's never, ever finished painting because it takes so long. By the time they finish painting it, the guy that's painting it has died, and then they have to start again at the
His
end.
son.
His son starts painting it. Well, he spawns like another one out of his armpit. And then you're wrong.
They're both wrong. All right. Ben, you ready? We're going
Yeah.
for number 2.
Okay.
All right, Ben. Ben Nevis is Britain's tallest mountain. Is that och either yay or och either nay?
Okay, the ye.
Okay, the year.
That
You'd
is
be
correct.
correct, Ben.
That is absolutely correct. Well done. That's 1 point to Ben.
1 point to Ben.
George,
Yeah.
the haggis was actually invented by a German pharmaceutical company in 1949.
Okay, the night.
That's correct.
It's correct.
It was invented in 1950 in the same circumstances. Nick.
All right, Ben, this is your last question, mate. You ready?
Yeah.
Scotland is home to one of the world's largest deserts.
Okay, the knee.
Ah, well done. That was well
That is
spotted,
correct.
Ben.
It is indeed Ochai the knee.
Are you related to Ben Nevis?
No, I'm not coming.
Okay. Now, George, this is it for you now. If you don't get this, then Ben will win. If you do, we'll go to a tie break, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this true? Up until recently, Scotland was the only country in the entire world where Coca-Cola was not the best-selling soft drink. Is that yay or nay?
Okay, the nay.
George, you fool, you've screwed it up. But you're only 14 and you've got a lot of time to enter other radio competitions and win. Ben, you are our winner today. You win CDs, tickets to DJ Shadow. Thanks for that, Carl.
That's brilliant. Thank you.
And, you've also getting a spaced box set, limited edition, signed by some of the people that were in it.
Brilliant.
Nick, actually.
Oh.
But, thanks for playing, guys. Thanks, George. Sorry you didn't win there.
Sorry, George. You sound chuffed to bits, Ben, are you?
Yeah, I am. Thanks.
Good work, buddy.
Give a love to your girlfriend and good luck at university,
I will.
buddy.
Thank you.
Have a nice week and don't goof off.
Let's play a song.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
That was little Mike Skinner, a.k.a. The Streets, and let's push things forward. Great album,
It's got a
man.
whole dub vibe to it, you know?
You're right, though. You're from the Streets, aren't
Yeah,
you?
you know
What was
that.
it called? What street was it?
Beckentry Heath.
Beckentry Heath.
That's the place where they lick it both sides, you understand?
I know what you're saying.
Good.
If you haven't got that album, go out and get it, because it's absolutely brilliant. We've still got loads to come on today's
Yeah, we
show.
have.
We've got Scott Kapura coming in, we've got Ahmed Jalali, loads of chat, some really great music coming up. You just went into that conference hall, didn't you?
I took a peek, sure.
You took a peek. What did you see?
There was just a whole bunch of guys standing about looking at
Crowding round a dead.
Well, it was a
Finch.
dummy, female dummy's face, and they were saying, oh, maybe we put another eye in.
No way, like geneticists.
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to create the perfect woman.
3 eyes.
3 eyes. That would now you're talking my kind of lady.
Take one of those eyes away, have another breast.
You're talking to Nick. You're talking to Nick. You're listening to Nick
Yeah.
Frost on 104.9 XFM. We're live from the Edinburgh Festival all week, and the show will get better, hopefully, by the day. Okay, that was Scooby Snacks by the Fun-Loving Criminals, and we were all really dancing to that. We threw down some shapes.
Yeah.
Did a burn, had a breakdance burn. That was fun. I've got Scott Kapura sat right next to me, and what a joy that is. He's up here at the festival having a great time.
No, the show's fun. I'm just kind of, tired.
I'm not
lady
saying
unless I'm. You
Scott's
know what it's
looking
like.
Scott's looking a bit tired because it's
Yeah.
the third week of the festival.
I'm over it.
A lot of people will know you from the films you've been in, even though you're a superb stand-up. Mrs. Doubtfire, obviously, is the one in which you play.
Well, the porn version.
The porn version,
Yeah.
which is called what?
Mrs. Doubtfire sucks.
Nice.
Did you see that? Did you see that one?
I just wasn't quick enough for that one. You played Harvey Fernstein's fella in that one.
I did.
And
I was a skinny homosexual in it.
That's right. And you did it really well as well.
Thank you. Thanks.
This is Edinburgh, 2002. How many have you done now?
This is my 9th consecutive.
Really?
Yeah.
That's some.
You're almost Scottish.
Almost. Except I still have a bit of self-respect left. But other than that, yeah.
Is there a Capuro tartan?
I think, I don't know. We can make one.
Let's get one. There's a rug here. We can just rip that up, stick it on you.
Good.
Yeah. Why do you keep coming back? What is it about the Edinburgh Festival that's so much fun?
I think,
Good answer.
yeah.
We'll blow off noise.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I was going to do a play this year with Jane Kwiatkowski from Ally McBeal fame.
Oh, yeah.
And she dropped out, so the play lost its funding.
Okay.
So she did that in about the 3rd week of June. But by then I'd already booked myself to do a late night gig at Assembly Rooms just to keep myself busy while I was doing the play in the daytime. So now all I'm doing is late night comedy at the Assembly Rooms. And doing stand-up for me up here is really fun.
Uh-huh.
But I guess I'm less ambitious about my stand-up than I used to be. I mean, the show's new. I really enjoy doing it. But it's all that waiting stuff all day long.
Yeah.
My 9th time, I've seen everything 4 times here in Edinburgh, you know.
And also it's that big sort of emotional build-up all day to doing something
Right.
which ends very quickly.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I basically wait about 12 hours every day to go on stage.
I know.
I'm rewriting my act about 4 times, and then I get up there and do it, and then it's over. Yeah.
That's it.
Which one was she in Ally McBeal?
The blonde secretary.
Ah,
Never
the,
watched it.
The tart.
Yeah, the dirty one.
Yeah.
Oh, is she also in Go as well? She plays the wife of the guy.
Was she in Go?
Yeah.
I love that
The
movie.
weird kind of the guy, the policeman who
Go on.
invites the two guys round and...
Oh, right.
It's
And then
very
takes the
strange.
clothes off in the
That's it.
shower. And was that her? I don't know. That could have been her.
Tart.
Yeah.
We've gone around in circles on that one.
What's with you and tarts and
I don't know.
tartans and everything?
I can't.
Everything Nick thinks about is to do with the word tart.
Jam tarts. Tarts. Tartan.
Has it been a while since you've
Had a tart?
had some jam?
About 10 hours since I jammed last.
Oh, really?
Since you jammed a tart.
And I shook your hand. Oh, God.
The hand I do it with.
Oh.
Listen, I was reading this thing. You did something called The Truth About Gay Animals.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, what is the gayest animal you've ever met?
Penguins.
Gay penguin.
Mm.
Well, all penguins.
Yeah, all penguins are very
King? King penguin? Probably the queen penguin.
Oh, the male penguins kind of waddle from side to side and feature their asses.
They are very camp.
Yeah, they are. And they're dressed up.
They're saying, do you want it?
Yeah. Come on, bitch. Yeah, like that.
They do look immaculate every day of the week.
They do. Yeah. But I think the gayest animals would be humans, probably of all.
Nice.
They're severely gay sometimes.
Is it? Did you do that program because sort of wildlife documentaries resolutely avoid the fact that animals are also gay?
They do, yeah. And,
Thus could, blow
Yes.
the lid off Christianity.
so to speak. Yeah, and they had tried to make a show with a doctor, but found themselves lost in a kind of a boring quagmire scientific, words. And so they came to me and said they want someone that'll bring a little humor to this because it is a very serious subject. So,
Absolutely.
but it was fun. It was really fun talking to. Well, we went to a swanery in Dorset that's been there since the 13th century or something.
Uh-huh.
It used to be run by monks, and that's run by these guys who have to answer to the lady in the big house. It's very feudal, So for them to talk about the subject was kind of difficult for them.
Sort of tugging the forelock. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, exactly.
It's probably one of Europe's oldest swaneries,
Yeah,
I would think.
it is. And swans are really, really bisexual. They can't help themselves.
No, I can't.
There's a three-way swan action going on.
Also a very well turned out bird.
Exactly. Nice necks. That's where the heart shape comes from, because when they court, they tip their beaks to one another and make a little heart shape. That's where that all came from. Isn't that sweet?
I feel very soft and warm inside now.
I want to eat this one. Shall we have a red hot chili pepper and then come back?
Come on. Okay, that was the Red Hot Chili Peppers on 104.9 XFM. I love saying that. Makes me feel like a DJ.
104.9.
On 104.9 XFM. You're listening to Nick Frost and Simon Pegg live from the Edinburgh Festival with the magnificent Scott Cooper.
Hello, London.
There he is, right there. Now, listen, Simon and I are going to be playing a little game called Desert Island Sandwiches throughout the week. You're stranded on a desert island. You're allowed to bring one sandwich with you.
Mm-hmm.
Can be anything in the world, any filling, any kind of bread. Give me it.
Well, it's difficult for me because I don't eat bread.
Oh, there you go. There's a spanner in the works.
Well, I mean, there's
No, that's still. Bread's bad for you.
What about
isn't it though?
Yes, no carbs.
cheese on a cracker? That's almost like a sandwich.
I think what I would go for, though, if I had to force myself, would be peanut butter and banana.
Oh, that's a classic.
On bread, yeah.
Simple and smooth.
Maybe with a little bit of mayonnaise in there, too, the way Elvis used to eat it.
Oh. Is that real?
Yeah. Yeah, that's in this cookbook.
No wonder he died on a potty.
I know.
Now listen, the first time I ever met you was back in Australia in like 96, and I saw you performing in a tent, that fringe club thing, full of like rowdy Australian men.
All right.
And you kind of just took them to pieces completely.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you really enjoyed doing, taking to task, that sort of
Hunky man?
dull
yeah.
mentality?
It is. I mean, I enjoy it. It's easier in Australia because they're not as up to snuff on the comedy scene as they are in Britain.
No.
But I really enjoy a room full of maybe a few gay men, some straight guys, and having that conflict between the audience as much as the conflict between me and the audience,
Because they say they absolutely loved it. I mean, the guys kind of didn't get all angry. They just sort of took it in good humour. And some of them, I think some of them changed their minds and their sexualities on that day because of you.
I think that they did enjoy it. And I think that even this year I'm teaching people about teabagging.
I've heard about this.
Yes, heard. All right, Simon, we can keep playing this game if you want. You taught me, bitch. Yeah, so... Yeah, I've heard about it, so I'm telling people about it and showing them in a visual.
Go on then.
Yeah.
You can't do it on the radio.
No, we can't.
I mean, I don't know what teabagging is.
It's
So.
when you dip your scrotum into the mouth of the receiver, and the mouth acts as a teacup.
London's 104.9.
There you go. That was all right. That was all clean, wasn't it?
And where does the milk come in? I get it.
It's up to them, really.
I get it.
How long do you infuse?
As long, whatever. I can't do it right now because I have chicken pox all over my scrotum area.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I've never had chicken pox.
Still getting over it.
That's a nasty image.
I could be infertile after this.
Well, the place to get it is Scotland because a viral disease goes unnoticed here.
Really?
Yeah. But it was, It was strange, showing people that. I had 4 people get up and walk out there while I was doing it to this guy in the front row. So some people get really bothered by stuff still.
What is it with people?
Well, I don't know. I don't know where they think they are. It's midnight. I don't know what they think they're watching. But it's weird because I think that there's something about being American maybe that sets me apart from them a bit. That I might be armed. I don't know. But they always go for it usually.
Aren't you? That's what I've come to learn.
Some people get so upset by an American man teabagging another guy in front of an audience. What is their problem?
I don't know. Why is he so upset?
Scott, you got banned from Australia last year. Was it a teabagging incident that led you to be banned from Australia?
No, I was banned from Australia because I went on children's television and talked about having sex with Jesus, and they get very sensitive.
What is their problem?
I don't know. I have boundaries like everybody else.
Absolutely.
Mine maybe is just a little bit different. I mean, I didn't know it was a children's program for one thing. I thought it was just regular, but there are kids and clowns watching it or something. And then it was live.
Clowns love that kind of stuff.
They do. They do it themselves in metaphor, of course. But no, it was live. And
so you couldn't go back on that.
Right, and I told them what I was going to do, and they said, fine. I think I was set up. I think they wanted press for this TV show I was doing, and they got it, And then I got banned from TV, and the TV company was also producing the festivals. They started to ignore my show and other people's shows in my venue, and it got kind of ugly, but it became huge press for them. I love that sort of stuff. And if Australia had used it smartly to sell more tickets, it would have been great, but they got shy about it, and they attacked me in the press, and I was one of their guests in their country, and
it's not as if they didn't know that you're a controversial comic who sometimes sails a little close to the wind.
You think so?
I know so.
Oh, but you like it.
Everybody, I think, audiences love to be challenged and they love to have to kind of express their own opinions.
Yeah, I think that's a comic's job, is to make people do. I mean, that can be, doesn't have to be, but I feel like it can be a good comic's job to push down, make people think about something in a different way.
For better or for worse, I think, sometimes.
Well, I mean, I like seeing comics that tell a little bit about themselves. That let you in a little bit. I mean, there are a lot of great British comics that play with a lot of language and that, play around with concepts and metaphors and all that stuff. But for me, I like to feel an arc in a show, like I've gone somewhere with it. I was on Nicholas Parsons' show the other day, an audience member, he brought up to first, I get on the show and he talks about how good I look for about the first 5 minutes. And then an audience member wanted to know what teabagging was because he brought it up and he wouldn't let me talk about it.
Oh, really?
So that night I got about 40 people from his show into my show to see me. All they wanted to see was the teabagging. That was it.
How'd you visually show teabagging in your show?
I jump up on someone in a chair. I can't put my feet on the chair because of health and safety, but I can dip my balls in their mouth.
Yeah.
And so I put my...
It's weird like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's strange. It's weird, enigmatic stuff.
There's a lot of grey areas in health and safety.
Well, they're not grey. They're more beige. But anyway, I put my legs over his shoulders and he rests his head on the lap of the person behind him, and then I just dip. Dip, dippity dip. Nice. That's it. Why aren't you doing stand-up up here this year?
Because I haven't done it for a while and I feel a bit scared.
You can't be asked, really.
Oh my God. You could find yourself dipping your nut in someone's gob.
Shut it.
Sorry.
What should we have next?
Let's have a song?
Let's have a song and talk more about TV.
We are the world.
We are the children.
We are the children.
That was Polyphonic Spree there. That was, there's 23 members of that band.
Really?
It's crazy. Yeah, they're rewriting the book on band numbering.
A lot of pay squabbles.
Absolutely. Christian and the guys are really loving that one apparently on the breakfast show this morning. But then they're crazy, those boys. Thanks to Scott Capurro for coming in here. He had to run away.
He's one of the good guys.
He's one of the good guys. He's he's fantastic, Scott. And he's in, I know we're kind of talking to you. You're in London and we're in Scotland. He's up here. If you do get up to the festival, go and see him. He's on at the Assembly Rooms, and hopefully he'll be down in London doing his stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, so go and see him too.
He will lighten up your world.
He will lighten up your world and offend you mortally when it comes to balls.
Can I say something?
Go on then.
I know you get very upset about me waffling on about Rick Waller.
Oh, God, drop it!
Well, listen, I can't believe that Rick Waller only weighs 6 pounds more than me.
Oh.
He reckons that he's 20 stone, and I'm 19 stone. I'm packing 19.4, and he reckons he's 20 stone. So if he phones in and tells me the truth, 0800 700 1234, phone up, tell me the truth, tell me that you're near a 30 stone, and I will rip up the death warrant.
You're like, that's one of your hot buttons.
Yeah, it is, because people look at Waller and think, God, 20 stone. And then, he's not 20 stone.
But
tell the truth.
But you're so, you're compact like a muscle ball.
Say the word brawn.
You're brawn.
You know
you're
that.
Brawny. I do. You had me in a headlock once.
Yeah, I did. He looks like a bell with a bloody head on top. He does. So, if anyone knows Rick Waller's true weight...
best metaphor I've ever heard.
He looks like a bloody bell with a head on top. Mother!
Oh, Nick gets angry about Rick Waller. And I do about most of those pop idol noodles. Because, they came along and they gave mediocrity a bad name.
Listen, sorry. Do you know last time we were saying hello to a lot of little people who are in hospital?
Go on.
I've got another one.
Oh, no.
Little friend of mine, 10-year-old fella, twisted his ankle while he was out on the golf course. 10-year-old Vernon Lesburel, and I think he's in Richmond General, and they put a pin through his ankle. So get well soon, Vernon.
That's because he had too much jelly.
Correct.
I think we're going to go into some things now which attempt to sell you our products and services.
Who's coming up?
If you listen to that. Omid Jalali's coming up later on. He's brilliant. You might have seen him in The Mummy, and he's in Gladiator. He is a great guy, great comic from Iran, and we'll be chatting to him a little bit later on. We're going to do, I don't know what we're going to do.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great, whatever it is. Stay tuned. 104.9 XFM live from Edinburgh. Here are the ads.
Oh, that was Ash on London's 104.9 XFM with a little song called Envy.
It's lovely, isn't it?
You like that, didn't you?
I like a bit of Ash. They've always come out with good tunes, very melodic, but also with a bit of oomph.
Listen, do you fancy playing the game with me?
To boot. I do. But can people at home also play along in some respect?
You know what? I guess they could.
Okay, explain the rules, you idiot.
All right. What we do, we've got a list of little birthdays here, can be found in the bottom of a popular... Can I say what paper it is? No, you know what? I'm not going to, because I'm just not going to. It's in the bottom of a popular tabloid. They give birthdays out of stars and sportsmen. And sometimes, don't we, Simon, we like to have a little game. It's called the birthday game. We're going to do it now.
Now, you can play it. What happens is, Nick's going to read out a celebrity. Think to yourself how old they are, and you've got to say it before Nick gives the right answer. Okay.
All right, let's start. Number one. Former U.S. President Bill Clinton.
That was a really good name.
Not his voice.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. How old do you think Bill Clinton is today? Let's go to Carl.
Bill Clinton.
About, must be about 52.
Close. Lise?
All right.
What do you think?
Right, what do you reckon?
55?
I think he's 141.
Simon is the nearest. He is 56 today. Let's move straight on.
Let's do one each, because otherwise it'll take hours.
All right, fair enough.
Go.
Friends star Matthew Perry. How old do you think Matt Perry is? That one's to Simon Pegg.
I think he's 3 foot wide. So 5 by 7. He's 33.
Bang on! He got it.
Have you read it today?
You can literally determine a person's age by dividing their width by their nautical speed.
How old am I?
I can't. I've got a tape measure, you idiot.
All right, let's have one more. There's
You're
so
27, Carl.
Let's give the one. Who we got here? Drummer Ginger Baker from X Cream. How old do you think Ginger Baker is today? Oh, beautiful old Ginge.
Oh, he must be at least 48.
Oh,
what, are you nuts? What are you talking about?
I don't even know him.
56.
Oh, really?
But he sounds about 48.
You know what? He's 63 today.
Oh,
it's nice, isn't it? It's a nice age to be.
Is it?
Unless you die when you're 64.
What's the next one?
All right, let's have the last one. Hetty Body of Manor Park, Slough in Berkshire. How do you think Hetty Body is?
This is the big one, because this is the random chance, okay? You can usually work out, you think, oh yeah, Bill Clinton, he must be in his whatevers.
Yeah.
But Hetty, you think, okay, she sounds to me like a detective, probably in her 70s. She's got an umbrella. She cracked a crime involving a bent spoon.
Go on.
Correct?
Yeah.
She's 74.
Anyone else? Let me tell you it's higher than that.
No way.
80.
Can I tell you it's higher than that, Carl?
Lisa,
I won't believe you.
It's harder than that.
Shag.
84 for Lisa.
Mike.
I'm only interested in celebrities.
Fair enough.
Ah, that's true.
All right, well, look.
You do like to touch a celeb.
I'm going to tell you that Hetty Body of Manor Park,
Hetty Body?
Berkshire.
Sounds like a condition.
She has got a Hetty Body.
I've got a terribly hetty body today.
Vitamin E soap.
Really?
Anyway.
How old is she?
She is 96.
Holy God!
96 years old. She was probably born in 1806 or something. I don't know.
That is fantastic. Well done, Hetty.
Thanks.
If you're listening, because I know she's big into alternative music.
And I still don't care.
Carl, listen, I just want to say, there's a lot of people, phones go off all the time and they're really annoying. I do like my mobile phone, but the ring gets on my nerves. Carl is currently packing a phone.
Here it comes.
Which has the only ringtone I've ever heard which actually makes me laugh and smile. Listen to this. For those who've just tuned in, that's the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and looking out to with their version of Doctor and the Medic's version of Spirit in the Sky. We've just got some stuff, some pills off the guy in the conference room next door, and Nick's grown a 5th penis. I can't believe it. As if you needed that.
Exactly.
Now listen, everybody. This is Simon Pegg and Nick Frost live from the Edinburgh Festival in the Linklater conference room of the Scotsman Hotel.
Yeah.
Having a great old time. We just want to say how happy we are to be in Scotland. It's a beautiful place with wonderful people who are very welcoming, and I should know because I date one of those crazy people. And so hello to you, darling. Now, Edinburgh, don't look at me like that, Carl. I was. Oh.
Don't get jealous.
Yeah, just because you asked me out and I said no. Well, tough.
All right, Suzanne.
Oh.
Hello.
I've got one as well.
Yeah? Yeah.
All right, then. Christina Lesbrel.
Oh, now let's all get...
Who's
no,
next?
stop it. It was going down a dirty, dirty road.
Yeah.
Edinburgh has a very rich and mythic history. And as a result, we're going to be doing a daily feature on our Drive Time show with the Guardian Guide. And that show... that was pretty good. It was seamless, wasn't it? We're going to be doing a daily feature, and the feature will be called...
Carl's wee ghosty.
Carl's going to tell us a ghost story.
That was
like, we couldn't afford to do our own jingles, you know what I mean? Carl's like, no, forget it. And he just wants to get on with his own little bit. So why don't you tell your story, and we'll see if we're scared.
Well, this came about because I'm into ghost stories and that.
You believe in ghosts, don't you?
Not all of them.
How many?
How many of the 12 do you believe in?
10. If there's 50 ghosts, how many would you believe in?
If there was 50?
Yeah.
40.
What about 13 ghosts? You believe in 40 out of the 50?
Yeah.
Are you serious, man?
Yeah, yeah.
What, even that one that comes, oh, hello, I've got my leg chopped off in the wall.
Well, anyway, right, I'm into them.
Sorry.
Nick said find some Scottish ones out.
Uh-huh.
Hunt down some Scottish stories with us coming live from Edinburgh, courtesy of the guide.
Yeah,
Guardian Guide for every Saturday.
Right, so I found a couple, but they were only short. So what I've done, right, the first one that was
You
about...
made one up.
No, this is a true one. This is about a... there's a suit shop somewhere in Scotland. Sells suits.
Mossbrough?
Don't know. But it's haunted, right? And the ghost apparently puts the suits on and wanders about, and the people in the shop who work there don't know it's a ghost, right? Because it looks normal. But the only thing that gives it away
There's a lack of head.
webbed feet.
No way.
Is it
It's got
minces
webbed
around the
feet.
shop going like, ooh, I'm free, ooh, I'm free.
But he doesn't have any shoes on, so they can tell.
No, because they only sell suits.
Ah.
So it's wandering around with webbed feet.
Do they sell webbed feet?
No, it's the way I don't know.
That's how they
It's
tell
like
that it's a
frog
ghost.
thing.
But at the end of a ghost story, you're supposed to go, and he was dead all along.
Oh, and he had webbed feet.
Oh, God!
But anyway, that's a Scottish one.
Don't freak us out like that, Carl.
Yeah, it may not freak you out, but it's freaked me out.
But listen to this one, right?
Go on.
I think that's bad.
Go on.
Right?
It was bad.
There's this, these people somewhere in Scotland,
Mm-hmm.
and they've got someone died in the family, right? So they sat there talking about this dead person, saying, oh, you know, we miss him a lot and all that. And sat there, and then they forget about this lad they were talking about, and they start messing about with the cat.
Yeah.
Right? And they notice that every time they ask the cat a question, it licks its lips.
Uh-huh.
Right? So you go, this is a bit weird, and they keep testing it out. It's like, do you like cat food? And whenever it's a yes, it licks its lips.
Carl's licking his lips up.
And if it didn't want to say yes to it, it'd do nothing. It'd just sit there looking at them. So this is a bit weird. So they kept asking it questions like, you know, do you prefer whiskers to whatever?
Yeah.
And it's like licking its lips. It's like, oh,
So
this
it
is
did.
funny. So they said, let's ask it some serious questions.
Let's get
And they
busy.
started asking them questions. Started asking the cat questions about the dead person.
Oh, God.
And it got them all right. Only turned out that the person was in the cat.
It was inside the
It
cat.
was what?
It was the cat had eaten him.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
Scary, isn't it?
Listen, I'll tell you a quick one.
Go on.
That's even worse than a cat eating a man.
Hang.
Right? This is true, and this is true. I'm quite a skeptic. Right? I'm like Dana Scully to Nick's Agent Fox Mulder. I know someone who lives across the water, across the Forth.
Ah, yeah.
Who was of the Firth of Forth, who was going home on the train and saw behind them a man stand up, open the door, and jump out of the train. Freaked as you would be, they span round to see there was nobody there, and he'd seen an image of a suicide replayed on a piece of glass. All I can do now is carry on talking. It's not going to get any scarier. But that's what happened. He actually saw someone diving out, and then, but get this, when he looked in the mirror, he didn't have any eyes.
Oh.
And then they had worms for fingers, and the cat ate him. And then that's where yours picks off.
Do you want to hear something really horrible? Go on. Once I kissed a girl. Oh, that was Misty Blue by A Million Suns. You know what? I absolutely love that song. It makes me feel strangely high. Now, if anyone was listening earlier, they would have heard me having a little rant about a fat guy called Rick Waller. Rick Waller. Because I think he's near a 30 stone, but he reckons he's 20 stone. So I said, if you ring in and admit the truth, I will tear up the death warrant that I have issued. And he's on the line. I don't know how he can hold the phone with his big fat hands. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you, yeah.
Oh, you sound a lot fatter on the phone.
Well, I lied. I'm actually 35 stone.
So why does everyone write that you're only 20 stone and you make me look bad, you fat shit?
You can't say that on the radio.
Oh, what are you going to do? Come bumbling in through the door and try and knock me over?
Yeah, you're 20 stone weak and I'll smash your face in.
Yeah, you're nothing but guts and lard, you overweight thing.
Don't speak to me like that.
Play a song, Carl. I'm sick of this turd.
Coming down there.
That was Either Well with American English. I'd like to apologise on behalf of XFM and myself to Rick Waller for the last item.
Where were you, Rick Waller phone when I needed you?
Rim. I was rimming. Where was I? I went to the loo and did a wee. Coming up later on, we've got Omid Jalali, who's going to be coming in for a chat. Fantastic comic. So stay tuned. There's still a lot to pack into this next half hour. In the meantime, don't believe anything you hear now.
That was Extreme Ways by Moby. Did you like that?
I shouldn't really express my opinions on the We've Got to Remain Impartial. I'm not a massive fan of Moby, to be honest.
Huh.
I did see him once in a place playing the piano while Wayne Sleep danced, and it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
What a terrifying image.
It was a terrifying image.
Listen, let me take this moment to say welcome to our guest, Omid Jalali.
Hello.
Our esteemed guest.
Salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Oh, yeah, not bad. Simon, you all right?
End of conversation.
Yeah, that's it. Job done.
Moving on, next song, please.
Are you enjoying it up here?
I am, yes. It's always good fun, but I think 3 weeks is pushing it.
You're knackered, aren't you?
I've got my kids up here. I've got 3 kids, you see, and that's what it is. It knackers you out.
I can just see the fun of comedy just draining out of your eyes, right?
It is a bit, yeah.
Oh, no, it's because you're looking at me and Nick. That's why. I mean, listen, I've downloaded your file onto my personal iComputer, and I really love this thing about the world's funniest Iranian stand-up comedian and actor, which is a great start to a thing. But seriously,
yes.
How many other Iranian comics are there?
Well, there's a lot of them now. There's about, I'd say, of ones I know, there's about 5 or 6.
So you've got like pretenders coming up to you and go, "No way, buddy, you're not that anymore because I'm coming up on your tail." That kind of thing.
But I just said, look, I'm still the only Iranian comedian that's funny.
Nice answer.
That's a good answer.
There's a good answer. Is there any?
They're not going to mess with the
Iran.
Tehran.
Are there any comedy clubs in Tehran?
There are no comedy clubs, but there is. There are what they have cabaret artistes.
Right.
They have, who are basically people who are like MCs, and they bring acts on, but the MC has to do jokes and sing. So they do jokes and then they start a sing along, basically. So they just do quick kind of one-liner jokes, and then they break into song, and everyone follows them. It's a very weird thing because they break into usually a westernized song, which is very well known, and the audience just sings. They say, I'll give you. They say things like, they said to me, "There's what do you call an honest Iranian businessman?" And they go, "As if." And they start going, "Fly me to the moon." Everyone goes, "And let me play upon," and everyone sings along with it. So
I want to go to one of them.
It's brilliant. It's a very interactive thing. So
Yeah.
they start singing, and there's no irony. Everyone just sings along.
Nobody would do that in England because everyone's just like, "Oh no, well,
Get stuff, sing on your own."
They're just too busy.
I think some northern comedians do that as well. People like Manning as well. They just start singing.
Come on, mother.
It is, but then again, they do make a big point. It has to be an old westernized song. It can't be a pop song, because the pop songs, like some of them said, I get very confused about S Club 7. They said it's very confused. They go, "Don't stop, never give up, hold your head high and reach the top. The creamiest milk, the lightest bar, the goodness that's in Milky Bar." So they get confused.
I looked at this earlier, and you're in Gladiator.
Yes, I had my nuts fondled by Oliver Reed in Gladiator.
It's nice work if you can get it. Is that what popped him over the edge? The weight of the nut just dislodged his neck.
Well, actually, they played a trick on me because apparently he literally said, "Are you a method actor?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Do you mind if I really hold your balls? Because that's the only way I can work." But I didn't know he was joking, so he put his hand and held my raw nuts and held them. And we did a rehearsal. You know, and they said, "Okay, going for a take," and they do makeup, you know, and they still held my nuts. And they did a take, and then they went cut. And everyone had a cup of tea, and then we'd go for another take. And he still was holding my nut, and I wanted to see how many takes. I was so scared of him.
He just held on to your jaw.
Was he frightening?
Very frightening.
Any man that's holding your nuts is frightening. Let's talk about your comedy, because that's why you're up here. How many Edinburghs have you done now, Ahmed?
This is my... Well, I discovered Edinburgh doing theatre shows. You know, I lived in Czechoslovakia for 5 years.
You've been all over.
Yeah, I lived there, and I came and did very weird experimental theatre.
I did experimental.
Did you really? What did you do?
No.
Come on, now.
What about you? I ran against the wall and shouted. What did you do?
I had a goldfish come down on a string with a tight pin spot, and when it came to ground level, the lights went up, and I blew it up with a Magnum 44 and shouted at the top of my voice, "Lenin!" And there's a blackout.
That's deep.
People thought that was brilliant.
That is so deep. Do you know what? For me, I understand communism now.
Do you?
In just that one image.
So, was the goldfish Lenin? I don't know.
I don't know what it was, no, but that's the kind of stuff I was doing for 5 years.
Do goldfish? I was honestly naked in a body bag, covered in raw meat. I swear to God.
That's enough about last night.
No, genuinely. Yeah, and, I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about your comedy.
My comedy show.
If you're enjoying yourself at this Edinburgh Festival after a bit of Reef, is it?
Let's have Reef.
All right, that was the Cornish Surf Kids Reef with Place Your Hands. Is that what it's called, Nick? Place Your Hands?
Yeah, you're right there, buddy.
All right now.
Ahmed, are you having a good festival?
I am having a very good festival, yes. It's been going very well, thank you. And they seem to... See, that people are very sensitive up here to... not ethnic-based comedy, but it's like it's valid if you're a working class, talk about being a working class. But if you're an Iranian, you want to talk about your ethnic roots in September 11th. Really try and understand the kind of East-West balance. There's usually, I found coming up here, a real sensitivity to that. But this year, they've really gone for it for some bizarre reason. I think there's probably more...
Maybe they're glad you're actually talking about it rather than trying to forget it.
Yeah, maybe. A few shows have dealt with it, but then again, just a little bit. I think Rich Hall and Mike Wilmot are doing a whole show about Bush. And then I think there's a couple of people doing little bits. I think Adam Hills is doing half a show, but no one's doing a whole hour.
No.
Just about the whole September 11th thing. So I think I hope it's not like I think, he's talking about it, so let's get serious and listen to him.
But is it easy to talk about it in a kind of comic way?
It is, and I think, because I try and make it fun, I try and underpin everything with impish absurdity. So I'll do a serious bit, and then I'll just do some belly dancing or impressions of Godzilla. So that seems to help. Thank you very much. And that seems to help. Everything.
Did you find, serious question, did you find after September the 11th that when the whole of the sort of White West was going nuts about anybody that had remotely sort of Middle Eastern look about them, did you find any kind of, when you were doing stand-up, people going, oh no, he can't be talking about that?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Well, not so much about stand-up, but I felt, because I live out in East Sheen, and people used to come up to me saying, you're such credit to the community. All those people really saw me in a different way and didn't talk to me, and were
really
for about I would say a month before people were more relaxed with taking my kids to school, and it was also he's from Iran kind of thing.
Yeah.
But comedically I think it worked. In fact I did shows at the Bloomsbury Theatre just 2 weeks after, and it was people came and were really relieved to hear someone talk about it.
Stand-up can be completely meaningless, but it can be an extremely sort of effective social tool at times to get things out there and talked about and laughed at. And I remember the night that the night of Diana's funeral, there was a gig on, and people were
just... That was me.
Right?
I was doing that gig. You came with me at the Bear Club.
That's right.
I got booed off.
You got booed off?
Yeah. We won't talk about you getting booed off, but there was a sense of everyone was relieved to be, just not laughing about it, or whatever anyone's opinion was about it. There was a sense of, it can be spoken about.
Yeah, no, I think you can. I think it's a very important thing to... especially with me, I'm in a very, very unique position. I'm a British-born, fully Iranian person, and I can understand why these things happen, and I can understand both sides. So I think what I'm giving is more of I hope a more liberal view on how the whole thing is viewed in the Middle East. Because everyone just thinks the first things they showed in the Middle East when the Twin Towers came down was people celebrating in Palestine. And I thought that was disgusting. That particular piece of footage was shown 6 months before when they were celebrating something completely different.
Right. It wasn't what they were dancing.
That's when I won the Time Out Comedy Award, basically. That's when they were all celebrating.
That's a show.
People were dancing in my street that day as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like a global event.
No, but I think that, and I try and deal with the fact that most Middle Eastern people think they're all nutters.
Yeah.
And to go into it in more depth. So I think that's been hopefully well received.
I know you're keeping up the whole belly dancing Godzilla thing as well to balance it out.
That has to. In fact, I started doing the belly dancing to cover any crap gags that I had. But then what happened was that the belly dancing got such a good run. It became a challenge to write specifically crap gags. So I do things like proving that Jimmy Savile is an Arab Muslim. It's not very
obviously.
I go now. I never get to laugh, and then I just belly dance. You see, and that's what they're waiting for.
You get the best of both worlds there, because I actually did laugh at that, and I would laugh at that.
I would.
And but then you also get the belly dance.
Exactly.
You could be a smashing muezzin. I love that.
Smashing what?
Muezzin, the people who call from the minarets.
Oh right, is that what they're called?
Nick spent some time in Israel when he was.
I'm part Muslim.
They bought beaking chickens. It's a great story. We'll do it off air. What's next for you, buddy? What's coming up?
What's coming up is I have a part in a working title film as a boxing manager.
Nice.
All the crap roles that Alexei Sale's turning down, I'm just picking him up. They're just a kind of Turkish crap low-level boxing manager. Then I'm doing the Bloomsbury Theatre for.
So that's you're doing your Edinburgh show in the Bloomsbury.
Bloomsbury Theatre, 26th to the 29th, and 8 o'clock.
So if you're in London now and you're coming up to Edinburgh, come and see Ahmed up here. But if you're not, you can see him at the Bloomsbury Theatre when 26th to 29th. Thank you for that.
Stay put.
That's all right.
He's coming down.
You deserve to be plugged thoroughly.
Thank you very much.
Listen, man, have a really good festival, and I'll probably see you.
Good seeing you. Simon actually says one of the best stand-ups who's given up, and we're trying to encourage him to stand up again.
Oh, everyone wants him back.
Bless you all. Here's some pop music. That was the Mighty Beck there in Loser, and before that we had Nightmares on Wax featuring China B. Know My Name. Well, that was it. That was our first day. Your thoughts on that matter?
I've had a nice day.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Apart from the scuffle earlier, and with the business. I've done nothing but get into trouble with people today.
Well, you taunted Rick Waller like a monster. Yeah. Carl, how did you feel about that today? Well, I know you had some technical problems early on.
Yeah, that was all right. Just feel a bit faint now. I think I've got diabetes.
Oh. I can see your left eye clouding over. So
I can see that you believe that as well.
So,
listen, tomorrow is going to be a fun-packed show. We're going to be completely on. We're going to be so into this by that time. There's going to be no hitches. We got Andrew Maxwell, Michael Smiley, Sean Locke on, some 3 fantastic comedians. More fun, more games, more mucking about, more stories, more ghost stories. But it's going to be great.
We might even tell the story of Reese Pritchard's goat.
You never know. This is Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. We're here all week. Try the fish.
Geachte luisteraars, uit de uitvoerige berichten en beschouwingen heeft ook het Nederlandse volk kunnen vernemen dat de politieke spanningen weer groter zijn geworden.